Hello and welcome to the Seed Group Podcast. I'm Carla.
I'm Norman.
And I'm Albert.
And it is so good to be back on after glitches, which stuff we're dealing with now. But this morning I got an interesting meme that kind of helps me try to put it all in perspective. And it was sent to me and it said, I thought 2020 would be the year I got everything I wanted. Now I know 2020 is the year I appreciate everything I have. So I appreciate the fact that even though we've had our glitches, we're still able to do the podcast, find a way to do it. And, I still have my buddies with me. So, Norman, take it away.
Okay. I remember this. I guess it was a cartoon. No, it wasn't a cartoon, but it was sort of like a little story that you learn from. Story with a message. And it was about this man who constantly complained because he didn't get what he was working for. He didn't get what he wanted. And he complained and complained and complained. And then after that, I don't remember whether it was like an angel that came and smacked him upside the head or whether it was like his family member or something, just slapped the snot out of him. And he says, you ought to be happy because if you had gotten this, whatever it was, we wouldn't be speaking today because you'd be in the grave. He said, and if you had gotten this, you'd have fallen on your face and you'd have been alive, but you'd have been, your body would have been all broken up and you wouldn't have been able to, stuff like that going on and on. So he says, things that happen may look bad, but it all depends upon the way that you look at it. If you look for the good in the bad, you're going to find the good somewhere. If you look for the bad, you're going to find the bad everywhere. So what we really need to do is think about, in other words, whatever happens, the first thing that ought to come to your mind is, okay, what is the lesson in this? What am I supposed to learn from this? How is this going to lift me up? How is this going to get me to my goals? And work from that point on. Because if we don't do it that way, a lot of times we'll just give up and fall short of our goals and our desires because we got so busy complaining and fretting about we didn't get the exact thing we wanted at the time that we wanted it. So that's my take on it.
So what about you, Albert?
Well, I agree with Norman. That's the way you have to look at stuff because you have to be thankful for what you have, especially now. You have to be thankful nobody is sick, especially now. And, like you said, you have to just look back on what you've been blessed with, even though it's been a rough year. Some of us, it's been a lot better than other people have had. You have to look at it that way.
True.
Yeah.
And
it reminded me of another quick story.
Oh, go ahead.
This man was visiting a tribe in some jungle place. And, he got along with the people there for the most part. But then one day, they were supposed to get some other visitors from another tribe. And so they took him, because there was supposed to be a sacrifice.
Oh.
So they took him, and he figures he's the sacrifice, and they told him to hold out his hand on this stump of wood. And he did, because he didn't really have a choice. And they cut one of his fingers off, sewed it up and everything like that. And so he felt betrayed and he was extremely angry. So as he got finished healing, he went to the tribe's leader. And he says, why would y'all do this to me? He says, I've been here with you. Haven't caused any commotion. I thought I was getting along with everybody else. He says, why would you do that? And he says, well, basically, when the person comes, whoever it was, the chieftain, he wants a human sacrifice. But he doesn't want anybody who is marred or, not completely whole. So with your finger being cut off, that saved your life. Because otherwise they would have grabbed you, taken you, and sacrificed you. So we figured it'd be better if you suffered a little pain right now than to feel no pain ever anymore because you'd be dead.
Mm.
So that changed his outlook on the way things happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
End of my story.
It,
Look at
kept me
stuff
riveted.
a lot.
Yeah.
I was riveted. And so I know that I have a lot to be thankful for in this year, even though 2020 it's been one for the record books in crappiness, but I do have a lot to be appreciative of and thankful for. And now we want to turn it back on to our subscribers and other viewers. Norman, do you want to explain what we want to do?
Yes. With all that we were talking about before, it brought to our mind that since 2020 was an extremely lousy year for most people, there are so many things that happened in there that we could be extremely grateful for. So put yourself in that position. Suppose that you could play Santa Claus for somebody. Suppose you could influence somebody. You could make somebody's day, maybe even their life, a lot better if you were given the power to do that. So we'd like for you to contact us, at Carla, how would they contact us?
You would contact us at the Seed Group Podcast at Gmail or Seed Group Podcast at Gmail.
Okay.
And also on Instagram, look down into the description below. It'll give you all that information.
Okay. And so what we'd like for you to do with that, state your name. You don't have to give a last name, but and say if you had a chance to make a difference in somebody's life, what would it be that you would do? You could be playing Santa Claus to somebody is going through something, and if you had the power to do something to change their life around, give them a bright spot in their day, in their life, you could be that angel of mercy. So what is it that you would do? And let us know, because we'd like to put you on the podcast and let you tell your little story.
At the very least, read your email or your Instagram thoughts, or even if you decide to put in this comment section to read it the next program.
Yes. And you'd be surprised, maybe what you say might really influence somebody's life. And, maybe they can go ahead and have their lives change. And so you might have accomplished what you were thinking of trying to accomplish in theory, so that it would actually take place in real life.
That sounds good. Sounds really good. Well, Albert, do you want to add anything?
Not really. Sounds good enough to me. Only thing I would like to say is I'd like more subscribers. And when you send us the message, make sure you send us, like Carla said, use your email address, Instagram, however you want to do it, so we can get back to you, so we can acknowledge your comment. Thank you so much.
Yes, yep. Loving more subscribers, that would be great. But we are thankful to the subscribers that we have. And we're going to kind of bring this to a close. And thank you all so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate you all. And even those that haven't subscribed, who I will believe will be future subscribers. Yay! So thank you all for joining us as we begin to wind up the last of 2020. Yay!
Yay!
And from all of us to all of you, just have a wonderful rest of this time. Hope things get even better, and plant a seed and watch it grow. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Were you going to say something, Albert? Oh. Okay.
Okay, bye-bye again.
Bye again.